Archives of Prasar Bharati presents the timeless treasure of golden era.
The Apatanis of Arunachal Pradesh are a highly enterprising tribe. They are good weavers, expert craftsmen, as well as innovative cultivators. We have a story on how they have launched a new scheme of three-tier cultivation in the lofty heights of the eastern Himalayas.
Arunachal Pradesh, perched cozily on the lofty heights of eastern Himalayas, is a land of enterprising tribal people. Though inhabitants of a mountainous region, the people have, over the centuries, found out near plain areas to utilize those for cultivation of paddy and other crops.
Under Department of Agriculture, there are many various programs undertaken by the government for development of the food crops, especially the paddy. For the development of the paddy crops, our department have a program like Accelerated Cereal Development Program, ACDP, which is a centrally sponsored programs. And under normal program also, our department used to provide seed, certified seed, hybrid seed, and trainings are imparted to the farmers through our district training office and as well as the normal Department of Agriculture.
This area is also known as the Apatani Plateau. And we found out that they are not just cultivating paddy, but have been practicing a three-tier process of cultivation in the lofty Himalayas. But we found that the people were still using the old traditional tools like the hoe. Is it not possible to introduce mechanized methods of cultivation?
As regards to the power tiller, actually our paddy crops field is not a completely flat land. It is a TRC, terraced, as you might have seen. So operation of power tiller is not applicable in all the place in the Jira.
The Apatani Plateau, in fact, is known to the agriculture scientists as the plateau for paddy cum fish culture, a culture that has been developed and introduced in other parts of the country only very recently.
इस डिस्ट्रिक्ट का नाम है लोअर सुबनसिरी। ये अरुणाचल प्रदेश का एक डिस्ट्रिक्ट है। इसका टोटल एरिया है 10,000 अप्रॉक्सीमेटली 10,000 स्क्वायर किलोमीटर। इस डिस्ट्रिक्ट में फ्रॉम 1958 से पैडी कम फिश कल्चर किया गया है। 58 से लेकर के 68 तक ये पैडी कम फिश कल्चर जो हो रहा था, उस समय आदमी ने पूरा टेक्निकली इसको एडप्ट नहीं किया था। लेकिन 1968 से जब हम लोग का फिशरी डिपार्टमेंट एग्रीकल्चर डिपार्टमेंट से बाइफर्केशन हुआ है, सेपरेट हुआ है, तब से ये फिशरी डिपार्टमेंट ने पैडी कम फिश कल्चर को ज़्यादा इनिशिएटिव दिया है। जो तारिन फार्म है, हाई एल्टीट्यूड फिश सीड फार्म, वो वर्ल्ड का IMC एंड कार्प कल्चर का सबसे हाईएस्ट लेटीट्यूड का फार्म है। और ये फार्म 1983 से NEC का जरिए स्टार्ट हुआ था और उसका प्रोडक्शन अभी जो सीड प्रोडक्शन है वो 20 मिलियन पर ईयर होता है। और ये सीड हम लोग कंप्लीट इस डिस्ट्रिक्ट में सप्लाई देते हैं। पैडी कम फिश कल्चर में 1 हेक्टर एरिया में हम लोग 1,500 रुपीज़ इन लोग का स्कीम में है और जिससे 50% सब्सिडी होता है और 50% बेनिफिशियरी कंट्रीब्यूशन होता है। और इसका 1 हेक्टर में 10,000 सीड वो लोग रिलीज करते हैं। और ये जो कॉमन क्रॉप का जो बच्चा था, जो सीड था, ये पहले असम से या वेस्ट बंगाल से लाए गए थे, लेकिन अभी हम लोग का इधर 2-3 गवर्नमेंट फार्म और 10 से भी ज़्यादा प्राइवेट फार्म हुआ है और वो लोग खुद इस सीड को प्रोडक्शन करते हैं। और ये पेडी कम फिश कल्चर जो है, इसमें एक्चुअली प्रेजेंटली हम लोग इसको 3 टायर सिस्टम कहते हैं, क्योंकि इसमें हम लोग फर्स्ट पेडी लगाते हैं, जैसे राइस वैरायटी है, लोकल राइस भी है, और हाईलिंग वैरायटी जो है उसको भी हम लोग लगाते हैं। और पेडी में हम लोग मारवा जो है, मारवा भी करते हैं, और जो पेडी फील्ड में हम लोग मछली देते हैं।
Such three-tier cultivation at such heights is not to be seen anywhere else in the world. Fish cultivation, along with paddy, has been under practice since as early as 1958. But it was only a few years ago that marwa cultivation has also been added to it, making maximum use of the land and water available in the mountains.
Economic development is a difficult task in the landlocked state of Mizoram. But with the Government of India coming out with a special industrial policy for the northeastern region, the state is gradually improving on the industrial front in its own small way.
Mizoram, the land of the highlanders, the Blue Mountains, is one of the most landlocked states of the Indian Union. Bounded by Myanmar on the east and Bangladesh on the west, Mizoram is the most literate state of the country. But when it comes to industrial development, the state is really lagging behind the others, even within the northeastern region. Not that it doesn't have the resources, but the scope for a typical kind of industrial development is simply not applicable for a state like Mizoram, which has a low population of just a little over 10 lakhs. Keeping this in mind, the state had so long mostly shied away from industrial activities. But with the Government of India coming out with a special industrial policy for the northeastern region 3 years ago, things are slowly but steadily beginning to move forward in the right direction. Young, educated Mizos are coming forward to set up small units taking advantage of the attractive incentives provided in the new industrial policy.
तो नीति से जून 27 को हम लोग फंक्शन खुला है हमें, तो उससे अभी हम लोग ऐसा इंडस्ट्री चल रहा है। और मिजोरम में पोल्ट्री का मुर्गी बहुत ज़्यादा पालता है हम लोग, तो हम लोग ये माल भी ज़्यादा बेचता है।
Industrialization in Mizoram has started very lately because of the fact that infrastructure is lacking. And apart from that, we have not notified any policy till 1989, but that policy has been replaced by the new industrial policy of Mizoram 2000 because of the liberalization policy of the Government of India. In fact, there are no industry worth by the name. They are more of a cottage industries. Of these, handloom and handicraft, cane and bamboo crafts are very popular, and many people are earning their livelihood out of this handloom and handicraft.
Waiting for international trans-border trade activities with Bangladesh and Myanmar to take off in a big way, Mizoram is on the verge of an industrial upsurge in its own way.
apart from this, very recently there are certain arousal on the part of some NGO who are working on fibers, banana fibers, plantain fibers, and they are making good product with their own hands.
And thanks to the special incentives provided by the special Northeast industrial policy, the small-scale industries are soon likely to dot this tiny state with an area of just a little over 21,000 square kilometers.
The major project we have is the one industrial growth center has been sanctioned by the central government, costing around 15 crores. And very recently, only a week back, an export promotion industrial project is also sanctioned by the central government.
There was a time when even flour and other daily food materials used to be completely imported from outside the state. But with flour mills like this one coming up, the state is gradually stepping forward towards self-sufficiency in foodstuff.
Weaving is an inseparable part of life for the women folk of the Northeast. The women of Manipur are sort of leaders in this aspect, especially in the field of cooperative weaving activity. Come, let us visit one such cooperative society in Imphal.
Manipur, the jewel of the Northeast, is one state that has excelled in handloom production in the entire country. A land that has produced great martyrs like Veer Tikendra Ji. The economy of Manipur is mostly dominated by the women folk. Manipuri women are visible all over and in all kinds of odd jobs, including carrying goods physically, working in cultivation fields, run marketplaces, and so on. And it is from among the enterprising women of Manipur, the successful entrepreneurs like Thangjam Iswari Devi have emerged and woven success stories to become the leading light of Manipuri society. A winner of several awards and countrywide recognitions, Iswari Devi was even honored with the Best Citizen of India Award in 1998 for her commendable effort to the industrial and economic development of Manipur. Her pioneering efforts towards developing, producing, selling, and exporting Manipuri traditional handloom products has brought to the country valuable foreign exchange apart from providing income-generating employment opportunities for several hundred women. Ishwari Devi has drawn into her fold the Minu Lairambi Women's Weavers Cooperative Society, women from all walks of life, right from the fresh college graduate to the 80-year-old women. Hundreds of women have been trained by the cooperative society, who in turn submit their products to the society for collective marketing worldwide. The handloom industry is in fact the largest cottage industry in Manipur, with the finished items having buyers from all over the world. It is said that goddess Panthoibi drew her inspiration for weaving from a spider making cobwebs in a corner. While almost every household in Manipur owns a loom, women folk alone are weavers. Intricate traditional designs are woven on saris, sarongs, shawls, bedspreads and other cloth materials. Ishwari Devi and her team in the Cooperative Society have also successfully adapted traditional Manipuri motifs to the modern handloom materials that are being manufactured, keeping in mind the demand from the market. An ambassador of sorts for Manipur's hardworking weavers, Ishwari Devi is also a must-invite to all major seminars and workshops on handloom in the region. And thanks to pioneers like her, the Manipuri society has also undergone a cultural renaissance, leading to revival of use of traditional handloom products.
The Chakmas are a tribe that live on both sides of the Indo-Bangladesh international boundary. They are in considerable numbers in Tripura. Let us go to a Chakma village and spend some time with them discovering their way of living.
Bounded on three sides, north, west and south by Bangladesh, the state of Tripura is home to a number of tribal and ethnic groups, including the Riyangs, Rangkhols, Jamatias, Nuatias and so on. The Chakmas, who were partly wanderers, due mostly to their traditional method of slash and burn agricultural practice, are today gradually beginning to settle down. The most live in the southern and western hilly areas of the state, living in peaceful coexistence with other original tribal communities. Jhum or slash and burn practice is slowly on the wane, with the government taking up Jhumia settlement and rehabilitation schemes. And the Chakmas are also gradually taking to practices like cattle rearing, fish culture, wheat cultivation, and even cultivation of rubber. Religion-wise, the Chakmas are followers of Buddhism and thus also very peace-loving. For the Chakma women folk, weaving is a part of daily life, and an average Chakma woman spends on an average 6 to 10 hours a day on the traditional loom weaving colorful dreams. And like all other tribes of the Northeast, for the Chakmas too, spring is the most important season to make merry. Coinciding with the Assamese springtime festival of Bihu, the Chakmas observe Bisu, with almost similar kinds of drums, cymbals, bamboo clappers, flutes, and the songs of love and nature.
বেদবি নাজি ওই বিজু মেলার যে যেই জীবন লগ নাজি ওই বিজু মেলার যে ও বিজু মেলার যে যেই বেদবি নাজি ওই বিজু মেলার যে যেই জীবন লগ নাজি ওই বিজু মেলার যে ও বিজু মেলার যে ও বিজু মেলার যে তত্রে না দু বাদই বোধা সিদরে দু তত্রে না দু বাদই বোধা সিদরে দু তরহানা ফুল মরহানা ফুল মরহানা ফুল তরহানা তরহানা ফুল মরহানা ফুল মরহানা ফুল তরহানা তো আদ ফুল ম আদ ফুল ম আদ ফুল তো আদো যেই বেদবি নাজি ওই বিজু মেলার যে যেই জীবন লগ নাজি ওই বিজু মেলার যে ও বিজু মেলার যে ও বিজু মেলার যে ও ডাঙর ডাঙর এদো সানে মুরগু মিদে মিদে ফেগর ওই শুন শুন এই জায়গা এই দেখ কামনর দে এই জায়গা এই দেখ কামনর দে ডাঙর ডাঙর এদো সানে মুরগু মিদে মিদে ফেগর ওই শুন শুন এই জায়গা এই দেখ কামনর দে এই জায়গা এই দেখ কামনর দে পল্লা পল্লি মুরো মুড়ি সিগন সাগন সরাসরি পল্লা পল্লি মুরো মুড়ি সিগন সাগন সরাসরি জর 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 জরে নাজি নাজি যায় জর 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 জরে নাজি নাজি যায় ও ডাঙর ডাঙর এদো সানে মুরো গুন মিদে মিদে ফেগর ওই শুন শুন এই জায়গা এই দেখ কামনর দে এই জায়গা এই দেখ কামনর দে বেঞ্জে বইতে বেলানে ইজিরে দি দেখা দে বেঞ্জে বইতে বেলানে ইজিরে দি দেখা দে দোলে দালে সাজে উদো আমায় দে চান স্বর্গ এ যোগ লামিনে আমি যাব মুজিনে স্বর্গ এ যোগ লামিনে আমি যাব মুজিনে উৎপন্নার সানান নাজি নাজি যায় উৎপন্নার সানান নাজি নাজি যায় ও